If each NFL team got one mulligan on a play call early in the 2025 season, what would they use it on?
The play selection was very poor. I'm sick right now because I put our players in a spot, and I got to live with that.
As we now near the halfway mark of the regular season, how about we dive into every NFL coach's worst play call so far? Arizona Cardinals, costly conservative call. Even with a timeout remaining, plus the 2-minute warning in Tennessee's favor, the Cardinals decided to run it again on 3rd and 8. The Titans, unsurprisingly, were ready for it. That conservative play calling still left plenty of time for Cam Ward, who drove the Titans down the field to set up Joey Sly's game-winning field goal. Atlanta Falcons, just gonna get baked here. So, with the game on the line, the Falcons only rushed 4 and still decided to leave Emeka Egbuka wide open for Baker Mayfield in the end zone. Oh, some teams just never change. Baltimore Ravens, the play that broke the season. Rather than use Lamar or Derrick Henry to pick up a yard, the Ravens tried fooling Steve Spagnuolo's defense with one of the most mind-numbing plays that we've seen in the Jackson era. The Chiefs took advantage of the short field with a touchdown, and the route was on from there. Buffalo Bills, a rare Josh Allen mistake. The Bills were undone by 3 sloppy giveaways, none more costly than this brutal Josh Allen interception. So, the Bills cost themselves at least 3 points there when Allen forced a terrible pass on a questionable play call. And would you look at that, they ended up losing by 3 points. Carolina Panthers punting at the 40. There were many plays that Dave Canellis would have liked to have back in that game, but among them, and perhaps most prominent, the pathetic decision to punt from the Arizona 40 instead of going for it or trying for a field goal. Chicago Bears, QB sneak failure times due. After Caleb Williams threw an incomplete pass, Johnson called for his QB to try a QB sneak on 3rd and 1. And after that didn't work, called for another sneak on 4th and 1. Cincinnati Bengals, the flea failure. Come on, an offensive-minded coach like Zach Taylor calling up this horrific flea flicker play during a blowout loss to the Lions is just hysterical. Look, I don't know about you, but we think it would have been easier to just throw to Jamar Chase. Cleveland Browns, punting in a 1-point game. Kevin Stefanski played it safe and made the Browns punt. They went on to lose 17-16. What kind of message does soft play calling send to your team? Oh man. Dallas Cowboys going right back to CD. After CD Lamb dropped a huge pass that would have set Dallas up in the red zone with under 3 minutes to go, Brian Schottenheimer again called on Lamb's number. Predictably, he dropped it once again. Denver Broncos, punting away victory. Leading by a touchdown with 5 minutes to go, Broncos QB Bo Nix was stopped half a yard short of the first down marker. Peyton should have just had his QB go for it, but instead, he played it conservatively and punted. Detroit Lions, the 4th down disaster. We suppose the decision to have Jared Goff in the shotgun, throw for it on 4th and 2nd in the late 4th quarter was Dan Campbell's worst play call. I mean, come on, why wouldn't you at least run play action or just have Goff right under center to force the Packers to consider playing for the run? Green Bay Packers setting up the blocked FG. Tied 10 apiece with 1:12 left, the Packers decided to play it safe and have Josh Jacobs run up the middle. Jacobs got a couple of yards to set up McManus's field goal attempt, which was blocked. Houston Texans wasted 4th down call. The Texans got a little too cute and shot themselves in the foot with this awful play call. Oh yeah, of course, the good old just throw the ball away on 4th down play. Why didn't I think of that? Indianapolis Colts, double boo-boo versus Rams. The first was inadvertently having 10 players on the field, and the second, well, it was Shane Steichen's decision to not use a timeout to save the defense, even though he had all 3 remaining. Jacksonville Jaguars, just take the points, coach. Cohen told the Jags to go for it on 4th down, and the result was a second awful drop by Brian Thomas Jr. Jake freaking Browning would score the game-winning touchdown in the waning seconds to spoil the Jags' bid for a 2-0 start. Kansas City Chiefs, what's a pass rush? Never mind Trevor Lawrence here, just watch him fall down, get back up, and run in the game-winning touchdown by himself instead of trying to tackle him. Las Vegas Raiders, conservative call leads to disaster. Facing a 3rd and 2 situation at the Bears' 34-yard line with 43 seconds remaining, the Raiders could have gone for the first down, melted the clock, and set up a closer field goal for Daniel Carlson. But they played a little too conservatively and handed the ball off to Ashton Genty, who lost a yard. Los Angeles Chargers, aggressive punt block. With the Bolts about to get great field position, there was no need to aggressively rush the punter and take a penalty that would have ruined the good vibes. But it's just a Chargers thing. Los Angeles Rams, 4th and none. Facing a 4th and 1 at the 49ers' 11-yard line, Sean McVay bravely decided to go for the win. However, instead of a crafty McVay play call or having Matthew Stafford sling it to one of his star receivers, McVay called for Kyren Williams to run it up the middle. Miami Dolphins, Tua's backbreaking mistake in Buffalo. The coach calls for a horrific passing play in the red zone, calling for a quick pass that would have gained 4 yards at best. Oh yeah, sure, yeah, that's great. Sure showed Buffalo with that one. Minnesota Vikings, punting on 4th and 1. Trailing the Falcons 15-6 with 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, J.J. McCarthy missed his receiver on a deep shot on 3rd and 1. Kevin O'Connell told his team to punt away, and the Falcons iced the game with a touchdown. New England Patriots, may I get a mulligan? Mike Vrabel got way too cute with his play calling against a stingy Pittsburgh D, and the result was costly. Really, coach? Really? Well, don't forget that play if the Patriots missed the postseason by 1 game. New Orleans Saints, Philly special fail. On a 3rd and goal play at the Buffalo 6, Moore dialed up the Philly special play that turned out to be, anything but special. Like, why? Why do that in that situation? New York Giants, when playing soft, burns ya. The Giants seemingly had their Week 2 game against the Cowboys in the bag when Russell Wilson dropped a beautiful touchdown pass to Malik Neighbors with 25 seconds left. All the New York D had to do was not screw up, and then everything would be okay. Or, just play the softest defense of all time here. That works too. This allowed Brandon Aubrey to kick the game-tying 64-yard field goal to force overtime. He would then seal the deal in the extra frame with a 46-yarder on the game's final play. New York Jets, bad time for a hospital pass. The Jets had to convert a 4th and 3 play against the Steelers to keep the game alive in Week 1, just needing a field goal to win. But dialing up a hospital pass to your star wide receiver is not the way to do it. Eesh. Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni goes soft. Trailing 18-17 in the 4th quarter, the Eagles had a 4th down conversion nullified on an illegal shift penalty. It was still 4th and 9 with 5 minutes left, so Philly should have just gone for it rather than put their tired defense back onto the field. The Broncos burned most of the clock and tacked on a field goal. Pittsburgh Steelers, punting on 4th and 1. Going for it on 4th and 1 near midfield late in the 3rd quarter should have been a no-brainer, but instead punted and paid the price, with Seattle outscoring Pittsburgh 17-3 in the 4th quarter. San Francisco 49ers should have blitzed T-Law. Unable to get Lawrence all game long, the 49ers showed blitz, then backed off, giving Lawrence plenty of time to find Hunter Long for the game-sealing 1st down. Hey, maybe next time, just blitz, boys. Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold gets too risky. The Seahawks were in position to drive for the game-winning field goal against the Bucs in Week 5. The game was tied at 35 apiece, and the Hawks had 3 timeouts and 56 seconds to work with. For some reason, the Hawks called up a short pass play instead of asking Darnold to keep attacking downfield, as he had all game. Under pressure, he forced an errant throw to Cooper Kupp that was picked off, allowing the Bucs to kick the game-winning field goal instead. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4th and 10 or 4th and 3. The Bucs nearly made an improbable comeback against the Eagles in Week 4, but head coach Todd Bowles basically threw the comeback attempt away by signing off on this painful play call on 4th and 10 with the Bucs trailing by 8. Shouldn't you be asking your QB to throw it down the field if it's 4th and 10? Weird choice, man. Weird choice. Tennessee Titans, skipping common sense. 3rd and 10 at your own 7-yard line. Rookie QB on the road against a pretty dang good defense. 40 seconds left. Hey, maybe just run the ball up the middle, buy yourself some breathing room, and punt it away. Or, do this to your rookie QB. Having to punt from their own end zone, the Titans gave the Broncos ideal field position. Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn gets conservative now? Quinn's first year as Washington's head coach went way better than expected, largely because of his gutsy fourth down play calling with Jaden Daniels. So, choosing to kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 5 against the Packers, while down 14-0, was certainly a choice. Matt Gay made the field goal, but man, those 3 points did very little to help the Commanders, who lost 27-18. Why, oh why, was Quinn so cautious at that time of the game? But hey, what do you think was the worst play call by an NFL coach so far in 2025? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.